Hi, my name is Megan Griffith, author of Recovering from Mental Illness here on HealthyPlace. And today I'm going to make a post about coronavirus. I know everybody else is, but I want to discuss how we can practice social distancing without sacrificing our recovery. So I have 3 basic tips for how to do that. So the general issue is social distancing requires us to sort of stay in our house and be relatively isolated from physical touch with other people. That can be a problem for a lot of people recovering from mental illness because the whole point is to start reaching out and talking to people and being with people and not be so isolated and alone with our thoughts. But social distancing requires us to do that. So that's sort of the issue at hand, and I have 3 tips to help you through that. Number 1 is Skype. Skype, Zoom, there's a bunch of other, FaceTime. Just basically find a way to stay in contact with people, even if you can't physically be with them. That's a great strategy for making sure that you stay connected and don't get too lost in your own thoughts. Number 2 is staying busy. So even if you can't necessarily reach out to other people, try to make sure that you're planning your day to be full of activities of some sort so that you don't get caught just scrolling through social media, reading all of the scary news and frightening headlines and statistics. Try to avoid that if you can, and instead make plans for yourself to do some other things that you enjoy. So, for instance, I am making sure to focus on my artwork right now. I'm taking time to make art where before I, maybe didn't prioritize that, but now that I'm stuck in the house all the time, I'm trying to really do some of those art projects that I've been putting off for a while. Third, finally, I sort of touched on this before, try to stay off of social media if you can help it. It's not so much that reading about coronavirus is a bad thing. The more we know, the better. But especially for people with mental illness, sometimes reading too much about it can cause a lot more anxiety that becomes just unnecessary and unhelpful. So there's a difference between being informed and freaking yourself out. So if you can find that sweet spot in between, make sure you're only reading stuff that comes from the World Health Organization or the CDC. Stuff like that, instead of inflammatory articles from various websites and stuff like that. So those are the 3 basic tips I have for maintaining your recovery even through the process of social distancing. Good luck to everybody, and remember that this will pass. I know it's scary. No one in our lifetime has really seen this before, but all of these precautions we're taking are to protect people. And if you think about it, that's actually a really wonderful thing. If you want to share your own tips for getting through social distancing while in recovery, that would be fantastic. Feel free to put them in the comments below.